Mm-hmm.
Are you a victim of domestic violence? Since 2013, From Ordinary to Extraordinary has helped over 3,000 women, and we want to continue to rebuild the community with one family at a time. Please make a donation or sign up for volunteer opportunities today at imfote.org. No matter how you choose to get involved, know that every bit counts. From Ordinary to Extraordinary is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to empower women and girls that have experienced domestic violence.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low bass, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm gonna tap in for sure.
Tap in.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. We are here. It is Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, Sexy Mo, Jay Black, and me, Shawnee Scott. We're gonna give you about an hour today. So let's get everything
solid hour.
About an hour, maybe 45 minutes.
Look at Afro Queen. Look at Afro Queen's up with us. Good morning, Afro Queen. I was like, wait, we took a week off for a little vacation. Yeah, it was actually in honor of Jay Black Day. I don't know if people really understood that. That's where we last left off. It was Jay Black Day. I got my proclamation, and we were taking off to celebrate all week. But Afro Queen popped right back in with us. What up, Afro Queen? The pastor Bishop is up.
Good morning, Bishop. Good morning.
Good morning.
Afro Queen and Bishop.
All right. I saw Don Black, Don Page. I mean, good morning, family.
It wasn't. We just.
I approved. It was approved. It was approved.
It was in honor of Jay Black proclamation. We always celebrate, and we just went a little too hard this week. So, but hey, we here. We here, people. We here. Random Rick. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning, Rick. So, Mo, how was your night? Well, how was your week? How was your week?
Listen.
It'll be too long to Mo explain.
It was busy. It was busy. I'm getting over. I'm a little hoarse. I'm getting over a cold. Trying to, massage the neck muscles. I know if Mike was here, he have a nice little joke for that.
Yeah, Paul.
Take advantage, pause. But it's been a long week. I'm fundraising. Right now, I'm fundraising for charity, and it's been an extremely long week for me. I did not go to sleep last night because I was working on some flyers, but we're supposed to get a nor'easter. So I'm hoping that we get this weather that they keep anticipating, because that means I get to go to sleep.
Who wants snow? I don't know who. I don't want no snow.
Listen, I do. I ain't got to shovel it. They said we're supposed to get some snow, some rain, some winds, and that means
Don
no driving the kids to school. That means your job is going to shut down. Yeah, I need a little bit of that.
Every job, as soon as it snows, every employee at every company always call out. Like, that's so frustrating. People get a little bit of snow, and then they don't know how to act. I'm good.
We don't need none here.
Drive when it's like this, so I think that it's a good thing that they shut certain stuff down, because folks drive crazy and they act like they've never driven before. 100 miles per hour, and it's sleet and hail the size of golf balls, and y'all still out here driving crazy.
We've been blessed that it's March 14th and it's northeast side of town, not the Dallas. Y'all used to know snow, but we've been blessed not to have any snow. I mean, it's shocking that we haven't had that big snowstorm yet, but we may skate to. I just saw my Rita's water ice email that said 3/20 is your free water ice day. So spring is here, people. We only got one more week to go. Mo sitting here talking this blasphemy over here about some snow.
But it happens. This is the time of year that it happens. It's just that one anomaly of weather that happens around this time. So,
well, we don't need any snow, Don, because I think Don is here in the Metroplex. No snow here. Even though it was 80 degrees yesterday, but we had a breeze that made it feel like it was 50. No, it was 80.
Rub it in.
No, I'm telling you, it was 80, but we had to wear jackets. because the breeze, the wind chill was so cold.
Oh, poor Dallas. Y'all had 80 degree with a little bit of wind. Oh, I would
right,
love that.
Jay.
I would love
right,
80
Jay.
degrees with a little. I got to wear a little hoodie or
No,
like
that's
jacket.
how you get that bad cold because it trick you.
Yeah,
and get all in your chest, and that's when you really messed up. So,
and that's what's going on with me. I got all this cold in my chest, and this ain't working out. It's just not working out.
So, how was your week, Jay? Of the week of Jay that we took off?
It was week of Jay. We was all celebrating in honor of Jay Black. Hey y'all, white chocolate.
White chocolate. It's going well. She texts me. She's
Good. I'm glad she texted you back.
Oh, Nikki texted you back.
Told her. Well, and her daughter puts up. Her daughter, if you donated to the GoFundMe, she sends out an update too about every 2 days.
I did see an update.
Yeah. So
I wasn't sure if they were just trying to ask for more money or not. I ain't even read it. Let me
no, she's giving updates. Yeah, she needs more money. Yeah,
my bad.
She needs some more money.
I was like, well, they trying to get more money out of me. What is this about?
Yes,
I
they
like
need
Nikki
you
and
to
all.
drop
actually. Thank you, Shawnee. They actually do Jay Black. Put it on heavy rotation every payday. You might as well.
That was my first thought. Like, wait, they want more money? Wait a minute. Now.
Yes, they want more money.
She ain't okay by now. Like, what's going on?
No, it's It's really not.
It's a serious accident.
She had an accident, and she gonna get up and get out the bed and start walking her. No, this is gonna take some time.
This is gonna take
some time. Like, I wish I could fly there and just go see her one day just to sit with her.
Oh, wow. Shiny, you're a real one. Lady Q always said that about you. Shiny's a real one. Wow.
Well, because I've been there, so I know what that feel like. I know what that's like when you sitting up there, and
we're definitely gonna keep her.
Cool. Now, if I ain't like her, I wouldn't be saying that. I'd be like, well, God bless her. But Nikki she been a supporter from day one. Yeah. So how was your week, Jay?
Yeah, Jay Marie. See, wait, I'm so late with these comments. She said the same thing I did.
Marie,
she thought the same thing. I saw an alert from Nikki's daughter. I was like, wait, they trying to ask me for more. But the road to recovery is going to be a battle. I didn't realize how bad. Like, I guess your spinal cord is your everything, obviously. So if you got to learn how to walk and eat, feed yourself, and as a grown person, I definitely feel that pain and struggle. So we team Nikki all day. So, but I was just sharing my true thoughts. There's nothing wrong with that. I told y'all before, it's a safe space. We can all share our true thoughts, and that was it.
Some thoughts you can just keep to yourself.
No, you sound like Lady Q.
She's a smart woman.
But I'm glad Nikki's doing much better, and she was up and worried about the show. Like, where y'all at? And then Shani had to let her know. You told her we was on vacation for Jay Black Week. No, you didn't.
No, I talked to her about something completely different else. I mean, I replied to her about some other stuff, but she's not texting. She's not texting. That she's talking. She's talking to it. So sometimes I might have to look at it for a little bit because you know how Siri is.
Talk to text, yeah.
What's up, Ashley?
Ashley Newman, we back from our vacation week from Jay Black Day. We're back. Kathy
we ain't heard what Jay Black did for Jay Black Week, though.
What I do? I did a lot of family stuff. Went to Funzilla. Well, it's like a trampoline park. I was just about to say it ain't, but like I think 2 in the country. I think you only got 2. Is they got the trampoline parks and you can go there and jump around, do the go-karts, the fast racing go-karts and arcade games, all that good stuff. So, my boy wanted to go, hung out with him. A lot of family stuff.
Did you get out there and jump on the trampoline?
Nah, because I wasn't paying $28 for no wristband. I'm cheap. I'm there to watch you.
So Buddy had to jump by himself?
What am I going to be, some grown man, 195 pounds, jumping up there? No.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
You got to pay for a wristband and you got to get out there with them. Yeah,
that's what you're supposed to do.
That's part of being a parent.
I didn't even pay for his wristband. I walked right in. They wasn't paying attention. And no one said anything to check. But he had a ball. We had a great time.
Hey, Stacy. Good morning.
Scam early.
Good morning, Stacy. Stacy.
Let's go to the movies and watch 5 movies in one day.
But yeah, I did a lot of fun stuff. Just a lot of family, relaxing stuff. And to be honest, this extra hour this hour springing forward thing is still. I'm still adjusting. I'm not 100% there. And I know I can't be the only one.
No, we all are.
Okay, just making sure. So I'm still adjusting to this hour. I thought it was easy, but it's just extra hour, just spring forward. Why do we do this every year? Why do we spring forward and fall back? I guess I always wonder.
In the summertime, we can have more daylight closer, to the evening, and then in the wintertime, you have more daylight in the morning. Like here, it's dark right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't just not do this ever again. Like it can't just stay.
We can. There's some states like in Arizona and Phoenix. There's no daylight savings time.
I'm late.
Well, they've come out with like different things that you could do because people have been complaining this year of how you can reset your circadian cycle to feel more like it's the right time, like that you haven't lost an hour of sleep.
I'm just glad they did it because they would do it. It used to be it would come at the end of spring break here, and so that Sunday they would lose the hour trying to go to school or whatever. However, that Saturday going into Sunday, and that was the worst. But the kids are on spring break now, so I was like, well, that works out.
Yep. So yeah. So nothing special, just a lot of family stuff. So my week has been very very good. Nothing else I could think of off the top of my head that was, super special. So hey, so we all here. Shawnee, your update.
Well, I was working. My show launched Saturday, so that was exciting.
Can we get a clap for that? Can we get a?
Oh, let me do this.
I ain't got the buttons.
Let me see. Let me clap. Okay, there we go.
For yourself.
We got part 2 of Mike Shawn's Cross and Wait, which is doing really good. Part 1 is like at 35,000 views, probably more.
Nice.
Part 2 is at like 20. We made it to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you guys. Thank y'all.
Let's go.
That's
it's what we call a milestone.
Yeah, so I got to make a little, post to say thank you for 2,000 subscribers. Let's get to 3,000. And what I'm most proud about with it is that all of the numbers are organic. Nothing is bots. None of that. So
There's no bots, people.
You got bots for YouTube? I don't think you can. Is there such thing for people for YouTube? They got bots.
Yeah, you can buy likes and comments and stuff. Wait a minute.
Now you can buy blue check marks. You gotta pay for the check mark.
Stacy said, "Shawnee, you're really doing your thing. Your mom is so sweet. Your mom was. Oh, you did mention that you.
Yeah, I did interview my mom.
I haven't watched. Let me make sure I watch today.
Yeah, well, it's an hour. My show is an hour.
A whole hour.
Yes, I'm a whole hour. Yes, I'm the boss.
Let me see. Well, you know what? I'm on. Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, you just have to sit down and watch.
I'm pretty sure it'll hold your attention span, Jay Black.
I've been in the TikTok
on there. Well, she's on her. She's featured. Lady Woke Up Inspired is featured on the show.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at you. Yeah. She heard her say, all right, I got to get back focused on my social. So Media Room through YouTube, Media Room 360 TV. All right. And then it should be there. Charleston White, Michael Shawn, part 1, part 2.
And part 2.
Where's Shawnee show at? I don't see Shawnee show. Well, okay. All right. I see it. All right. I promise I'm gonna make sure I watch it today. Episode 1. I'm gonna watch it today. And then I'm gonna give you my critiques tomorrow.
This week we got on my show. I'm doing a local lady that's running for city council. We're doing elections here. But Mike has
done all that. I'm sorry. Good.
Interesting show with Lady J, and they get into a very, very interesting conversation about K104, and everybody wants to know the answers to that. So if you don't know what really happened,
you gotta catch it. Gotta go watch the interview.
Yeah, Don City watched the interview and it was great. Yeah, I'm watching it today. I see Shawnee dialed all up. Do you? I think y'all break it down. You and your mom. Interesting interviewing your mom though. I wonder if.
Yeah, that was listen, because my mama, I didn't tell her. She didn't know all that was gonna happen. She just knew I needed her to be there. Because if I tell her and say, okay, these are the questions I'm gonna ask you, then she try to make it perfect, and she was still doing that then, trying to think of that. Just answer the question.
You want it to be organic. You want it to be natural. Yes.
That's right. So he's gonna watch today. Been slacking like the church attendance last Sunday. All right. Good morning, Nia. See you Nia in a minute. Good morning, Nia.
Thank y'all for checking in.
So yeah, we all gonna watch today, and let's support and make sure if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and notifications. We always forget to do that. Actually, I judge before I do that. So let me make sure I like what I see before
Oh my gosh, it takes
I do.
something to follow and subscribe to somebody's channel.
My follow is I feel like no, let me make sure first. So if y'all like me, watch, enjoy it, but then hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. I judge people all the time.
Everything has to be a process with you.
Yeah, I do.
Do y'all know Don Toliver? Y'all know who Don Toliver is?
I've heard that name before.
Never heard of it.
Don Toliver is a rapper. He's a rapper on so the kids know him on Travis Scott's label. I can't think of the name of Travis Scott. But we sat down with him yesterday, so that's for big.
Good. Oh yeah, he's dope. Yeah, I'm glad you got to sit down with him and check him out. I was about to be shady. Don Toliver,
palm tree,
American rapper. Okay.
Yeah.
He looked like the Migos. He looked like everybody. Yeah.
Well, you're getting older.
He's a little. He's very melodic. He's very melodic. Yeah. Okay. He has a new project coming out. He hadn't done a song in a while. He hadn't done a project in I guess maybe a year or two. So
2.4 million followers. Yeah, he's doing something right.
Oh yeah, he's popping. He popping. But I was just like, oh hey baby, how you doing? Oh, when is the Nick Cannon interview gonna drop? I haven't decided yet. Because I got to get the politician done first. I got to get her out
because elections are underway, right?
Yeah, and this is her week. So I might put some of it in there, depending on how much time we have left in the show. I might drop it in there to just kind of spice stuff up, and then I'll put it on social media too, so everybody can see it there.
Big things are going.
The Nick Cannon interview is not what everybody thinks it's going to be, but it's very, very, very interesting conversation.
Nice.
So, hey, right.
Yes, she is, Kathy. Yes, she is. She's.
I got more. I got Charleston White too, and I got Charleston White too. I got to get that out as well, but I'll do that. I'll work on that like in the next couple of weeks or something like that. So. We're not here. Good morning, DJ Super. Congratulations, Super. I saw your the podcast you're doing at I can't remember what studios. What studios are you at? He's at some big studio in New York doing his podcast.
Nice.
Yeah. DJ Super.
Yeah, everybody's on their grind.
Hustle. Yeah. The hustle is real. Speaking of hustle, we're about to pop in. What?
No, go ahead.
And I said, speaking of hustle, we're about to hustle more and get into these allegedly stories. That's what
that's what I was saying. The story she tells, we might retract the story in the middle of doing the story. You don't know, but Mo does all the scrolling. She got all the contacts. So without further ado, here's Allegedly with Sexy Mo.
Let's get this mother crawl.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Allegedly with Sexy Mo. Powered by Media Room 360 TV.
Okay.
Well, Sexy Mo.
Sexy Mo.
Since your vacation and since your holiday, it's been a lot going on in the entertainment world. Of course, the big story is what's been going on with John Morant. They said he's recommitting himself to Jesus at church on Sunday, that he's born again, which is great. It's always great when somebody goes up to the altar, when they say Anybody who want to get saved, come on up if you want to renew your life.
Wait,
So,
who
yes.
are we? Wait, for those that don't know, you said John Morant, NBA
Yes.
superstar.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
but what
now
did
NBA
he really
superstar.
do? I don't understand. I know he flashed a gun,
Take
but
it down.
what happened to where all of this is coming at all this is going on? He flashed a gun, okay. And what? What else?
And
Or is that
and
it?
and so of course, he plays for the Grizzlies, basketball that is. And so um I think that he's on a PR cleanup. A lot of these artists, and I'm not saying that because he is saying that he's born again, he's seeking counsel in a higher being, but right now they're doing everything, like throwing everything to try to clean this up. And so of course they say he was
oh
brought up in the
yeah,
church. He's no
ooh,
stranger to church. He was brought up in church. And he just basically recommitted himself to his Christian faith. So they're making a big deal about that. He actually is from a small town in South Carolina, um, and so yeah, he went home, tried to spend some time with his family, reconnect with his family and his roots, and he is
allegedly
actually in
assaulted a
Oh,
rehab,
teenager.
trying to
There
get his
you go.
drinking under control. Not in a inpatient rehab. They say that he's not in rehab. He's just in church. So that's his rehabilitation. So
oh,
that's why
Okay.
I think that he's on a PR, like clean up his image type thing. They're trying to, polish him off to get him back up. He's a $200 million boy, young
So many
man.
layers of this, but yeah, but Kathy's right. Yeah, when you get in trouble, you got to go to rehab. If it's sex addiction, if it's like whatever it is,
They
now
say
he's
church.
he's he's he's
Yes.
going back to church. Congrats, Super. By the way, I think he said he picked up another affiliate. Okay, yeah, he was giving you an update, Shawnee. Um, but yeah,
oh, okay.
but with the John Morant thing, it's just interesting that I guess because as an NBA player, you can't fly. He was in a club for those who don't know, and he basically held up his gun and flashed it real quick at the camera and posted it on his IG.
He had in the
Yeah.
club. It looked like he don't have no clothes
Listen,
on.
listen.
Yeah, some people
One
take the
too
shirts
many
off in the
rap
club.
lyrics, shirt off,
Yeah, that's why I'm like, he
everybody's
at the club.
one out. Yes.
You can get boxed or
Yes.
anything. So yeah, so he got in a whole heap of trouble because he flashed that gun, and
Absolutely.
I guess because they were in another state. So if you're in Memphis, that's one thing. But the fact that he was in another state playing another team, they said that must mean you must have brought the gun with you on the team plane, which is another violation. You can't
Yeah.
carry
So
weapons
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
allegedly.
They're saying
Uh,
that he's being unfairly criticized, right? Because they said, hey, he's never been in trouble with the law before. He has a license to carry, just like the rest of his security team. So they feel like the media is just blowing it out of proportion and kind of just really running with the story. But you can't you can't brandish a gun like that when you're of that status. You can't even do that if you're the mailman. You can't brandish a gun in a club, take pictures or wherever you at with your shirt off. Like you just can't do it.
it wasn't the
And
shirt off
so
as the issue; it was just the gun and allegedly assaulting some
add it
teenager.
add a little bit more oomph to it, J Black.
What
It
did
just
he
a
do to
little
the teenager?
That was allegedly assaulted a teenager. I don't know. Shawnee, they trying to find something wrong. First off, since he came in the league, he's one of the ones that he had the AI effect, where he's with the squad, he's down for his homies, he's not leaving, he's bringing his people with him, and they don't like that. They don't like when they want you to be that clean cut. What I mean, no drama. Your entourage is like just you plus two. Like he coming in, like no, I'm from the hood. I'm bringing my people with me. We rocking out. I know I got all this money now, and I'm a young dude. What are you in his young
Well,
20s? So they're going to make an example out of him. They definitely going to make an example out of him.
Absolutely. And I think that that's another reason why he's on this, you know, clean up my image real quick type of PR run, because again, like you said, that AI, effect, so to speak, is on him. It's on him.
He's a dope
So
young man. He's a real good player though, Shawnee. As Don was saying, the NBA think he could be that new face.
well, they can't have it both ways. It's not Burger King. Y'all can't train them to be thugs by pushing out hip hop music, and then want them to get to the league and behave differently.
Yeah, the assault is still under investigation. Thanks, Don. Thanks, Don Page. Right. Stupid is, stupid does, Kathy said. I guess when you got that much money on the table, you're making that much money. At what point do you leave the street life alone? What point that you know that homie that you shouldn't be hanging with in certain places?
No, that's part of the street life. That's what they promote, showing all the money. I got that money. I can do this. I can do that. So that just adds to it. They just adding fuel to the fire, giving them money. Not saying he shouldn't be compensated if he's talented. I'm not saying that. So, but bless his heart.
Well, speaking of charges, I told you back in September that, Mystical had been arrested again on first-degree rape charges, and that's still going on. And I don't know, Mr. Shake It Fast, watch yourself, if that's kind of escaped us, but it's coming back up. Of course, he was indicted on these charges, so he can literally spend the rest of his life kind of like an R. Kelly situation behind bars. So we're waiting on that to come back, and I'm still following that. They've kind of swept that up under the rug and not really addressed. But I'm waiting for those papers to come back because it's public record.
Yeah, leave Mystical alone. I feel like they always trying to get him on something. I don't know.
Always ain't this like the third time? I think this is like the third time Mystical has been in trouble for allegedly raping somebody. He went to jail the second time.
He went to jail back in 2003.
Yeah.
There I go.
Yeah, there he go. There he goes. Mr. Danger himself. And I like Mysticals. I like his music, and I don't know. Wow.
You said the rest of his life, Mo? He might have to be in jail for the rest of his life?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
so, these sentencing guidelines, they're not playing. And this is his, this is not his third conviction, of course, because he hasn't been convicted, but this is his third time coming out, his third time being charged with something like this, with rape, assault, strangulation,
Lord, what is that?
Violent.
They still talking about John Morant. Kathy, Stephen A. Jalen Rose trying to justify saying John Morant was hung back in the day. Look how he turned out. Oh, Jalen Rose is another former NBA star. He was basically saying, look, when he was young, he did stupid things too. And, he figured things out because he was in trouble a lot as well. And now look at him. He's a commentator on ESPN. Things all worked out. Sometimes when you're that young kid, we do stupid stuff when we're young. I used to steal cars, people. I was the dumbest thing ever.
Of accountability there as well, J Black. And I do know sometimes it's a recipe for disaster. You take somebody that young, you put that much money at their disposal, no matter what their upbringing or their background is, it's something that can happen. With the lifestyle, it's something that can happen. And I think that one of the things that the NBA and the NFL misses big time is protecting their investments. You spend all of this money on these athletes, and then you in turn don't. And I think the NFL started having these classes where they're teaching them how not to get caught up with the gold diggers and things like that. They need to teach them how not to get caught up in these rap star lifestyle. I want to be, acting like I'm in a trap type of athlete as well. They need to have an all around PR class on how you gonna move now that you got this money.
Yeah, they ain't gonna do that because
you give a 20-year-old 200 million.
They spending, frivolously, but they should
their investment. I think I'll look at it like that. Like you spending you're putting all of this money on this contract with this athlete.
Easy. I know, so easy.
What are you doing?
So easy. Give a 20-year-old 200 million. Yeah, that's so easy for them to.
You give a 20-year-old $1 million and they're gonna ball out. They're gonna feel invincible.
Yeah. Randall Rick said they don't care about those athletes.
I don't care if they were brought up in the church. I don't care if they were, brought up wholesome. So as we say all the time,
Mm-hmm.
it's a recipe for disaster if they're not mentored from the door, if they're
Right.
not talked to from the door,
It's
if they're
deeper
not
than
taught
that.
the
I think
do's
it
and the
goes
don'ts,
deeper. I
To
think
if
what?
they're not
it's
taught like
before.
you can't live a certain way, you can't do certain things that you see
It's too
everybody else
late
do,
at that point,
you're
Mo.
not invincible.
It's too late. Once you get to that point and that money is there, it has to be instilled in you to already know from the beginning. Like that. So it goes back to parenting. It goes back to you, your upbringing. You give somebody else that's 200 million and think that they going all of a sudden now we're gonna tell you now don't do this. What? Get out
No,
of
I
here.
mean, they just need to. I mean, like again, maybe they need to have the AI class where they show all of the things that AI went through. AI had gun
Or
charges. He had all kinds of things happen to him young in his career when he came in the NBA. Before he even got there,
I
there was
mean,
a lot of
well,
things that he went
or
through.
we could look at Dion's theory because Kobe
Hmm.
Bryant was a young kid that got a lot
Yes,
of money, but didn't blow through
yes,
his money. And I'm not trying to be funny because I come from a single parent home, but he came from a 2 parent home where there was some
absolutely.
stability and things were how he wasn't about that street life. You
Hmm.
know, I would have to say the same thing about LeBron, but LeBron came from a single parent home, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
the
Kobe grew up in Lower Marion. If you're from Philadelphia, you know, and they're nowhere near the hood.
And
And so he was brought up in what we consider a wholesome, lifestyle or wholesome upbringing. But he didn't fall peril to some of the things that we're seeing a lot of the younger NBA players and NFL players fall victim to in terms of the what I call trying to live the um trap star lifestyle, but he did get into other things which the NBA is now starting to cover, not getting caught up and not getting into these entanglements with outside women and things like that. So mm, I
well,
don't
good
know.
luck to John Morant.
Maybe
Good
on
luck to
something.
Mystical. Who else you got? They got issues.
Well, speaking of issues, I'm waiting for Tiffany Haddish to speak out. You know, they had the Oscars, Jay Black, and
Yeah.
my girl wasn't there. She didn't get invited this year.
mm.
Wait, did she have a movie this last year? Like, should she be invited?
Yeah. Why
I
would she
mean,
be
I
invited?
guess no, because
so
they had white folk that ain't got nothing going on. They be there
she's
every year,
top
so I be take
tier.
that
We
back.
we consider her to be top tier royalty. Don't do that. She's top tier royalty. And this year she was not invited. She did not make it to the Oscars. And yes, she
Well,
did have movies out in 2022 that would lend her to be invited to the Oscars in 2023.
So
she
she
So
looks pretty, but she must have ticked somebody off.
Tiffany had his 2022 movies. I
Yeah,
don't know
she
if she
looks
was in
pretty.
anything.
I didn't watch the Oscars. I didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah, she had a
but
couple
she
things
did
going
still
on.
go to Sir. She still went to Sir Elton John's viewing party. And I think she looked stunning. I think that she looked beautiful. She came to Sir. She gave what she needed to give. The dress was immaculate.
Oh,
I'm not sure if you have that.
no,
She also
James says
went
she's
to their
blacklisted though.
Oscar party, even though she didn't go. Which I think she was making a statement. You know, when she comes out, she always talks about her dresses and how much they cost and what she's wearing because she says she never thought she would ever wear something that expensive. Um,
I
but
don't
yeah,
think Tiffany had is that funny. How about that?
well,
I don't either.
I'm about sick
I
of the
like
she
her in the.
ready. I don't think she's that funny.
no, I
I
think that
don't.
she has moved away from the whole she's ready. If
She's
you
still
see her
doing
in
it.
some of the films, I think that she's doing pretty well for herself.
In
To
the
go from
films,
comedian straight into like some roles. I think that with major speaking parts, like I think that she's doing pretty well for herself.
I mean, I
Uh,
thought she did well in Girls Trip. She was great, but her stand up is not funny to me. Like, and even when they had her do the the what's the little
Yes,
kid show, the
yes, miss.
darndest things kids say or something like that, she wasn't. To me, it wasn't
so
funny.
is she blacklisted? I forgot about that scandal with the
Yes.
kids and all that. So is that the reason why,
So
partially,
of
why she's
course,
blacklisted?
they paid a settlement for that, and it's kind of gone
Pay
away, but
Trans
technically not gone away because Of course, let's call it what it is. She has
Okay,
been
thank
shut down by Hollywood.
She's
How
currently
you
broke.
know
and
she
trying to fuck.
broke,
Wait,
James?
now we know her bank account
And
number.
so here's the thing about that. She is
Wow.
very she has
She's
always spoken out candidly about that very thing. She doesn't ever want to be broke again. And so she has said openly that she doesn't really allow herself to spend big money on like big ticket items. I can remember Tyler Perry gifting her a Tesla truck because she was eyeing it and wanted it and kept, talking about it. But she was scared to make the purchase. And so one day Tyler Perry gifted her a Tesla, and she said she was almost tempted not to drive it because it costs so much. So I don't think that she's going to be broke anytime soon. She's very very cautious about how she spends her money.
They said her and Monique on that same blacklist, but they said Monique's back. I think Monique's still on that list. They gave Monique a big movie.
I think that Monique has gotten a furlough, but I don't think that she's all the way off the list. I think that they're just giving her passes
Testing the
here and
waters.
there.
Let me see how she do. Let me see if her zaddy.
Let
What she
me-
call
yeah,
him,
I think
zaddy. See if her and her zaddy play nice.
I think that she's getting test passes to be able to come on out the box.
Okay, well, Tiffany Haddish.
Monique
James
has never
said,
been scared to speak her mind or her opinion. That's one of the reasons why we love her so much, because she is very, very vocal about a lot of things that other artists and comedians are scared to even mention or say. So
Tiffany Haddish blacklist. All right, I'm gonna watch that too, Don.
Turning around.
I mean James. All right. She said it herself that she's broke. Oh, so Tiffany admitted herself, James, saying that she broke.
Oh, but what's broke to
But what's broke?
What's broke?
Yeah.
That ain't our broke. That ain't broke.
It ain't our type of broke. No.
Yeah. Now we in
some
we
people
still
claim
do
they
the
have
same
$5
thing.
million in the bank. Oh my God, I'm broke.
I'm broke. Yeah, but her lifestyle is different from ours, so there might
Yes,
be
it
broke.
is.
There might be
Yes,
broke
it
for
is.
her.
Yes,
Now I saw a clip floating around from the Oscars of our girl Angela Bassett because she lost to Jamie.
Yes, Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes,
and I didn't think she really did anything. I just thought she just didn't react.
Well, anytime a Black woman either makes a face or doesn't have any reaction, it's going to be a reaction. Everybody's going to say, "Oh, she's shading. Oh, did you see the look on her face? She's angry." We catch it any which way. It doesn't matter. So I don't think that she did anything that was out the way.
They put a post up of her. I guess Black Twitter and everybody's upset of Jamie Lee and Angela, and it was like they the same age, but Angela is 3 months old, and look at her. But I think Jamie Lee Curtis looks good. She don't look better than Angela Bassett, but I think
Angela Bassett,
for
but
her age,
she looks good for her
she
age. She's
good
held
for
up.
her age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like,
for a non-melanin woman, I think that she has, because typically, let's face it, Black don't crack. And we do age mighty gracefully when you have a little bit more tint in you. But I think that she's aging well.
Yeah.
So Angela's never won an Oscar either. Has she won one? I thought she was.
I think she got Academy Awards for Tina Turner and stuff. But I don't think she's got an Oscar.
And I think they said she was upset because they kept telling her she was the front runner. So everybody kept building her up as she was going to win that award. And I think that's why she was so shocked. That I guess that it didn't happen.
She was the front runner for Wakanda too, and for whatever reason.
Okay, she was nominated for What's Love Got to Do with It back in the day and didn't get it. So no, she's never. I don't think I see.
Remember Waiting to Exhale. I think something else along the way as well.
Oh, wow, poor Angela. Yeah, she'll be all right too.
Well, I mean,
I ain't got to clap if I ain't happy for you. Don't make me clap. I ain't playing the game.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of artists who have gotten snubbed over. I think the person who's gotten the most snubs in award show history has to be Joan Collins from back in the day. Like, remember,
Oh
she used to
wow.
always be up for those awards, and she just would never get them. So, I mean, but we celebrate our own J Black. I think that she
let's
doesn't
get
need
her a
an
BET
Oscar.
award. Angela, we got you. We're gonna get you this
Like, we got
honorary
you on
BET award.
girl.
And I think she's got NAACP awards too.
NAACP.
But what's
Girl,
wrong with the BET award? Oh, speaking of BET, I am so sorry, but we got to do this. So Deborah Lee came out with this book and said that she and Bob Johnson had an affair, and the only way she could keep her job was to keep the affair going. So have you ever been in a situation like that where you messed with somebody on a job, and to keep your position, you had to keep talking to them?
So I ain't never had to give up no cookies to keep my job. But I did one time have a manager who I know made it very, very clear that he, was sweet on me, and I had to play nice.
Like, what's playing nice? How was you playing nice?
So wait, Mo. Yeah, talk about it.
I had to be friendly.
You was flirting, knowing that he wanted to holler and smash.
No.
You were flirting with your manager.
No, I had to be friendly and nice, because people like that will use their power and abuse their power over you, and have you all kinds of jammed up. Absolutely.
Did you sleep with him?
I've never been in that. Well, I have been in that position, but I never talked to the person. So I never got the promotion because I wouldn't with the people. Ugh. Yeah. So I never got the promotion. And I'm like that, but I know people that have gotten in those entanglements. Right. And it's like it ain't even worth it then. But I guess Deborah Lee, she was the CEO. She went from law clerk to CEO, so that's a big change.
So like girl, Deborah Lee, you just had to take one for the team, because your career probably would have never taken off the way it did. You wouldn't be the Deborah Lee probably had you not took one for the team.
Deborah Lee is saying that she had to sleep with Bob Johnson in order for her career to develop to what it did. So she said
keep her position as CEO. Yeah. If she, and they were both married.
And why is she talking now?
She put a book out so she could get a check. What you mean? Why she talking?
At this point,
she wants the check. She wants the bag.
So it wasn't consensual? Like, I'm confused. Like, so she's trying to make.
Apparently it was, because she kept doing it so she could keep that job. Right.
So is it his fault or her fault?
I mean, I say it's her fault, because she could have walked away from it. So to me, am I here? Because I saw my screen go out. Yeah, but what I'm hearing is your job was more important than your marriage. That's what I'm hearing. So you wouldn't.
She decided to have sex with that man. She decided to have an affair with him. I just want to make sure people ain't putting it on him like, oh, he's a tall.
Oh no, he did what most, or not say. Let me not say most. He did what a lot of execs.
He did what most. He did what I'll say it. He did what most of them do.
I didn't want to.
And they try to hold that over you, and then when you won't sleep with them, and won't travel with them, and won't go out of town with them, and won't do cocaine with them, and won't go to the strip club with them, and won't go to the bathhouse with them, then they try to make it hard and try to fire you when they don't have grounds to fire you. And then you got to get the law all in it, especially if you in the military and you call JAG on that ass. Then
Monica Lewinsky.
Wow.
JAG talking about Monica Lewinsky.
It's a little personal. Shot even deep.
Well, she didn't work with the president.
Because I did have to call the military. I had to get the military involved with my situation.
Well, Deborah Lee, now I feel like I want to follow this story because I want to know what Bob Johnson's wife got to say. Is Deborah still married to the same dude she was with?
I don't know.
I don't think
I ain't looked that far.
Yeah.
Well, Stacey said she ain't reading it.
Just because I know the book is messy, and I want to be I want to read some messy stuff.
You want the messy.
I just want to read some messy stuff. So I'm going to get her book, and I wonder if it's on Audible. Because these days I ain't got time to stop and read nothing. I need to hear it on my way on my drive into somewhere. So
yeah, but I want to read it. I want to read it because that's interesting. I would like to hear her take on that and why she did. Because I've asked other women, why would you do that? Why? Why did you do it? But and I mean the answer is the same. Because
why?
I wanted the position.
Well, much
they
like
wanted
a
the
lot
money.
of the other high power artists. Well, look at Diana Ross. Look at the Diana Rosses. Look at the Suzette de Passe. What is her? De Passe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at all of their roles. There's no way that any of those stories behind any of them could not possibly have some type of validity to it. As long as they've been in the game. For
I'm
women,
sure it's people that sleep for people for less. But
for women, I'm pretty sure that they have been propositioned so many times or been put in certain situations.
Or they could have wanted it. Or they could have also wanted it.
Not necessarily.
You blamed it on trying to get ahead for your career. You could have also wanted to cheat.
Well, I'm not saying this she did or she didn't, because I'm not the owner of her cookies. What I'm saying is that a lot of times when we're put in that situation, you do have to make the decision of whether you are going to be for your career
be smart or not,
or whether you are going to take the integrity route and say no.
I would have to take the integrity route.
So
I would. I just know from experience it ain't worth that, because the people that I know that have done that and got those positions were real cute when we was in our 20s and early 30s. But at this point now, you done either got fired or you done got demoted because that person got fired or went to another job. So it's like you better let your talents work for you. Well, your other talents, not those talents, the other talents.
He said, I am going to download the book today. I'm a certified chief petty officer. I know that's right.
And Kathy Black said, support Black authors.
Yes,
get the tea. I want to hear their story
out from Black History Month anyway. Come on, let's go on and drag it on out.
Yeah, because she's telling all, so But
I'm just interested in some of the messiness that that she's gonna talk. I wonder if she's gonna talk about anything salacious, like juicy about how it was with Don. How was it?
Yeah,
with
did she hate sleeping with him and she just had to get through it?
Girl, was it good?
This job?
Or was it bad?
How often did she had to give it up to keep the CEO position?
Well, he older, so he probably wasn't. It probably wasn't an everyday, twice a day, or even probably once a week type of thing.
Girl, but they be wanting you to do other stuff. They would,
Rub my back, rub on a little.
Side note: J. Marie, hit live. You're so far behind. Hit live, get caught up. All right. But hey, it's whatever. I don't feel too bad because, like I say, you consenting adults, and now you out my man. I don't appreciate that portion. That would be my spin.
Thank you.
My take. Awesome job,
Thank
Shawn.
you, Ashley.
W.
Well, I'm interested because we look at we look at Beverly like she's royalty as well.
We do.
Beverly is royalty.
It shocked me because when I saw that, I was disappointed a little bit. I was a little disappointed because I hold her with high regard.
And you wanna know that she's one of the ones that didn't crawl her way up to the top, or
she crawled
on her knees or flat on her back to keep her position. You want to believe it.
Royalty.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe that. I wanted. Like to hear more stories because we had this conversation yesterday at the studio with the artist and his crew, because Bink will always tell everybody, which is true, this is Shawnee, she's the owner, she started it, and somebody said something that led me to say, now they refer to me as the B word. That's what they call me. I'm the B. And they were like, why do they call you that? I said, it's not in a bad way, because we wouldn't all be sitting here if I wasn't a B, if I wasn't that. And so that's what when I look at people like Deborah Lee, I'm like, okay, she stood her ground.
Damn you.
No, I said she took a lot of positions to get that position.
To keep that position. She had to hold.
And
she
by
had to
choice.
hold that position.
And she chose to do that.
Oh,
She chose to be a smut and cheat on her husband. If we really want to be real,
we really calling Deborah Lee a smut? Jay Black,
call a spade a spade. That's just my. This is just my perspective. You cheating on your husband to get a job and to keep a job. Yeah, that's what you're doing. It's smut activity. That's not smut behavior.
Went out the door and said, "You like this house? You like that pool back there? You like all of this land around? Well, I gotta go do what I gotta do."
But why didn't she think? Why didn't she feel like she could go to another company and, provide this? I mean, if she
the amount of success she has with BET.
Is she good at what she do? If she's good at what she does, because that's always
good.
Thing.
I know you thought that down. She was good, all right.
Wait a minute. I ain't hit none of the things.
She was good at what she does, but think about it. Think about this, Shawnee. A Black woman in that type of position in a company, in a mass media company that large, she probably didn't think that she would be able to go anywhere else and amass that level of success, or be at least even in that box. I don't think she did.
I don't know.
I guess like taking from his fan, from Jules.
Just cocky like that. Like, I'll be like, forget y'all, I go get a job.
Maybe she got caught up in Bob's warm embrace. Well, I imagine she is writing that she's written a tell-all book.
Thank you, Ashley.
And she's capitalizing off of this and making some more coins.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, she's retired.
She's retired.
Done. Mm-hmm. Every year we get excited when we see her on the BET Awards at the end.
I know, right?
Everybody embraces her and they're like, yes, Deborah Lee, like, you made this happen. This wouldn't happen without you.
Well,
you know that she was having a slob Bob's knob.
Slobbing Bob's knob.
Who knew?
Doing what she had to do.
She went in for us.
So Jay Maria looked like she's been through it. She said she had a whole big HR case over a manager, I guess, for lack of better words, was abusing his power over her. So I guess he was trying to holler at Jay Marie, and she reported him. See, a lot of females don't report people. They just, they feel like it's going to be some backlash, some retaliation, and they're going to lose their job at the end, so they don't say nothing. I
remember as an intern, and I won't say any names, but I can remember as an intern when I did my first radio internship. Mm-hmm. And of course, I did it in at a really, really big station. And there was someone who was there who was major, and he was very inappropriate. I was going to a business meeting with them, and he was like, "Oh, don't take your car. You could ride with me." Got in the front seat, rode with him.
What was you wearing?
It was just like any other day.
Shut up, Jay. It don't matter what she was wearing.
He's talking to me, and of course, talking to me from a mentor perspective. Like, if you want to be in radio, you have to do this. You have to assert yourself. Make sure that you get your tapes out there. Blah blah blah. And so I am impressionable. I'm taking this all in because this is someone who is highly regarded, pouring into little old me. And before I knew it, he says, "Yeah, that's a nice dress you have on."
See, I told you. What were you wearing? I knew it had to be something with her outfit.
It was appropriate for the workplace. It was a work dress.
No, but
it
there's
was
no
from
excuse
a place called Petite Sophisticates. You don't know what that is? It ain't nothing.
That was my first job ever.
It was no city girl. It was no city girl outfit.
Yeah, it's not.
It was not a city girl outfit.
He said, when the book coming out.
I came from my job at Enterprise Rent-A-Car and went straight there. And so before I knew it, he had his hand on my leg.
Oh, no, he didn't.
And I froze.
Wait, how did he do? Did he like squeeze the kneecap, or was it just like on the thigh?
His hand on the top of my thigh, and it stretched out onto my kneecap. Yes, it did.
And like he said,
I froze. I froze.
What did he say? Like, hey, what he was like, wait, we want some grab some food? Like, what, you remember what he said?
And then when I turned to look at him, he quickly moved his hand off and then act like it never happened.
He was dipping his toe in the water. He was testing. He was trying to wait for the signal to see if you were like, hey, like, but you gave him the don't cross this, so he backed down.
Back and told my boyfriend / fiance at the time who was in radio, and he was like, no, we gonna sue and blah 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 blah. And he was like, but you know, if we sue, you're gonna be blackballed from radio for the rest of your life, right?
No, you
what
won't.
a thing to say to someone who is trying to that's your whole career. I went to college for 4 years. And I was excited to have to land this internship, by the way. And so things
was it an aggressive touch mode? Was it just like a tap?
It was a grab and hold. And
I was trying to just understand.
It was a grab and a hold. It wasn't a blush.
Trying to be there, trying to be in the moment.
No, he didn't have no business putting his hands on her, and that's what they do. Because my first intern was like that. It was like that. Now I'm gonna say my person's name. His name was Darnell Swift.
Well, damn. First
and
allegedly
yeah. No, it ain't allegedly. It ain't allegedly.
Was it Kobe Cole?
Not allegedly.
No, it was not Kobe Cole. No, it was not Kobe.
No.
Shout out to
But the same thing. I wanted to do the intern. I was number 17. And this is how I got started. This is actually how I got my first job.
You had on
in radio. No, I had no dress on. I went up there, told the people I wanted to do an intern. I was interested in doing an intern. And the guy called me. This is when, you had answering machines. And so in the middle of the night, my phone rings. I answer the phone. It's the Darnell Swift. About what? Yeah. We want to bring you on the team. Da, 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 da. Now, mind you, it's like a crazy hour. And I'm like, well, you just couldn't wait till like 10 o'clock in the morning. What are we doing? And he was like, well, yeah, but we got to hang out and get to know each other. And on the phone, he doing all this sucking and stuff. And I'm trying to figure out, what is he doing? He was getting high. And he kept saying it. I was like, so are you saying, because Shawnee was kind of naive and slow.
Green.
And no, I was naive and slow, girl. I was paid as green. I was like, are you saying I got to go out with you to do this? And he said, well, I'm not really saying that, but we have to be a team. So I called my mom, and my mom got to Oklahoma, and we went to that station, and she talked to the owner, and he ended up getting fired. And he kept calling me. And so, yeah, now at the station, nobody wanted to be around me, but I didn't care. I'm like, well, then don't be flirting with, because they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, I ain't say nothing to you. All the men.
Scott, how do you test the water though, Shawnee? Like how and Mo, like if your supervisor or manager is really feeling
he was an old man. I was 17. This man was like 40 with a wife and kids.
20 years difference.
He ended up going to jail, not because of me, but because he came out, he was molesting his niece. His daughter.
Yeah, he got some other problems.
No, in my case,
and Sean Gables was his co-host, and she knew all that was going on. Oh, wow. So yeah, I'm saying names, and that's why I try to tell these little young girls that say, "Oh, I want to be in radio, I want to do this." They don't like what I say to them.
Yeah,
because I say I have some real, and I tell them I'm about to say something to you that you're not going to like what I'm going to say. You're not going to like the words, but it's the truth. And if you understand it, you can get through. And she's just old and mad because ain't nobody. And then when something happened, they called me back. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So what I said was right. Yeah, you gotta protect yourself. And that wasn't even the only one. After that, there were issues at radio. Well, I'm not going to say.
All right, yeah, we're not going that deep. So Deborah Lee sparked all this. She shared that during her journey at BET to keep her CEO job, she felt like she had to continue having an affair with Bob Johnson. They both were married at the time, so she got a book and she's telling it all. She's the new superhead, I guess. She's the new Corinne Steffens.
I had to go
I wouldn't say all of that. I wouldn't say all of it. It was just
it's
one
still
person.
Headlines for the next couple of weeks.
It was just one
but
person.
my perspective is it was consensual sex. She knew she was having an affair on her husband. She knew what she was doing to probably try to smooth. But I don't think Bob said, "Hey, for you to be a CEO, I need to smash." I don't think it was like
I'm
that.
pretty sure the pressure was there.
That's what it said. But she made the
pressure
choice
was
to
there
say,
today.
yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. Well, after you read the book, let me know because I want quotes. I want to see.
Why
if
you
Bob
ain't gonna
said,
read the book? Why don't you get the book and read the book?
I usually like waiting for the movies to come out.
Don't send me home with no homework. I don't know who you think you are.
I don't think Bob Johnson said, honestly, I need to smash in order for you to get this CEO gig. I don't. I think she insinuated by smoozing him, getting close to him, knowing that position is open, having that pillow talk. She was doing certain things to try to smooth that man, and he ended up giving her the gig. But I don't think it was literally just worded that way. So when you read the book, let me know.
To keep the gig.
She already had the gig.
She already had it. But in order to secure her position on the team, she had to do some things.
Well, good luck, Deborah Johnson. I mean, Deborah Lee.
Deborah Lee.
Deborah Lee. But now I got them married.
Ready as hell. Ready as hell. That was shade bigger than the biggest palm tree.
Today you just sus.
Well, I am out of here.
Well, you out of here. We out of here. We was doing
out of here. Yeah.
You see if Mike's back tomorrow.
That was our power hour.
Yeah, that was the power hour.
That was good. I like allegedly. Allegedly was good. What James say to you, Mo?
He said, "Did you hear about the 68-year-old man who went into a bank, said it was a robbery and he wanted $1, then asked them to call the cops so he can go to federal pen?" What?
Don't you have to steal more than $1 for it to?
No, I think robbery is a robbery for federal.
From a bank, yeah, because from a bank, that's still larceny, right?
So it might be something mentally wrong. What he wanted 3 meals a day, like it's something else going on with that story. That don't sound right.
Maybe he was missing somebody. J Black.
Oh, they only get like 6 years for the Fed time, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
James,
do the research.
I know somebody that robbed the bank. I know somebody that robbed like 5-6 banks out here in Dallas. And they went to jail. They went to jail for about 2.5 years. And they out.
Who knows?
A good lawyer.
And
maybe.
I was like, so wait a minute. You telling me? All I got to
I robbed a bank and I stashed that money.
Wait a minute. Okay.
That's what I was thinking. He was probably homeless, and even if he had a weapon, he could get a lot of time. Even if he did, if you're home, always said that if I'm homeless, I got a guaranteed room and board. Like I'm getting food every day.
Some people who are institutionalized, and when they come out, and I'm not saying that that's his case, but in a lot of cases, they are institutionalized and they do any little thing just to go back because that's the norm for them.
Yeah, but sometimes they want to arrest the homeless people. They'll take them to a shelter because they know what they're doing. You know, they know like this person ain't really trying to do this. They just want something to eat.
Did he have a weapon? The guy said a 60-year-old man went to a bank. He said he wanted. So he probably didn't even brandish a weapon. He just said, "I'm robbing you. I want $1." That
gave him a letter.
My auntie Daryl said that jail was like vacation to him. So who knows why he was going back?
Your auntie Daryl.
You heard what I said. I said what I said.
Okay.
Auntie Daryl.
I heard it. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's her name Daryl.
We all got one in our family.
So yeah, Soup. So shout out to you, Soup. I guess he's gonna be on ESPN. I'm gonna check you out this Saturday for the NCAA. That's dope. That's a big deal. Big deal. All right, good stuff there. Good stuff. Make sure you wear media room 3. No, okay.
Yeah, where
before I forget, I need to shout out my niece Ava Edwards. She is a national AAU champ, track star. Love it. Beautiful young lady.
We have to put the video up. I have to put the video up tomorrow.
So we'll be back tomorrow?
I mean, are we gonna be back tomorrow? Are we taking Wednesday off, or what we doing?
No, we should be back tomorrow at a minimum of 3. Hopefully, you see how Mike is feeling. Mike has been under the weather, people. So we'll see how Mike is feeling tomorrow. But either way, I like this. This was cool with me. I'm fine.
Treacherous 3.
Yeah, he got to stay off them planes.
Yes.
Well, yeah. People don't want to wear masks no more. You still got to wear your mask on the plane, people. Like it's too tight quarters. You have to still wear your
recirculated air. Gets you every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, appreciate you, Ashley, for the love.
Hasta mañana.
All right. Well, we all getting ready to go. What we
Mo can go, and then we can.
You want to stay out here?
No, I'm playing. I was just talking trash.
I got something to do.
I did see a couple things on TV that we can get into tomorrow. But all right, yeah, we out. So go ahead, Shiny, end it. If Mike was trying to crack the code, if he cracked the code, how would he end it? Because you would know it if he cracked the code. I don't know.
I actually don't. I know. Love me for who I am, because I could never be who you want me to be.
Yes, she is, Kathy.
One thing in life is for sure that it things end, and that's for sure in life.
Yeah, you gonna die.
And yeah, we all gonna die at some point. Yeah, why does he bring everybody down with that? Like,
live life.
Live. Bring it down.
Smile.
And always wear sexy mo dresses if you want to get promoted.
Yeah.
Like if you
and I don't know. That's a shame. We went through this before. We don't know the ending.
Right, we out. Just say we out. See y'all tomorrow. Yeah.
Michael, Shawn, and the Takeover.